All right, we're here with the head women's cross country and track coach, Kevin Hadsell, who just recently announced his incoming recruiting class. Coach, talk a little bit about the incoming class.
Yeah, dude, we're really excited about our class this year. You know, we obviously have this year, after finishing runner-up in track and field to Kent State, both indoors and outdoors, and only losing by a couple of points outdoors. The focus really this year, besides continuing to bring in great distance runners, was that we wanted to bring in a class that was going to kind of fill in some of the spots that we weren't scoring in on the track, in order to put ourselves in a position to challenge to win all three, cross country, indoor, and outdoor. I mean, obviously our strongest point is the distance and cross country, and our focus is challenging to win our third straight MAC championship, and then to go back to the NCAAs for the third straight time, and improve on our 21st place finish from last year. So I think we were able to accomplish that, both with cross country and distance, and with filling in the other areas. Distance wise, it's an amazing class. Like, we end up bringing in Lindsay Burdett, who from up in Jackson, Michigan, who was a high school All-American. She went to the Foot Locker finals, and she was the 5th senior in that race, and one of the best recruits in the country. Did a really great job on the track, was state champion in Michigan in the 2-mile. Teresa Warsecki, who was a state champion in Michigan for the mile in Division II, same division as Lindsay Burdett, and is really going to help us out. She's a 2:13 800-meter runner as well, and I think they're going to pay off pretty big dividends right away. Having 2 Croatian girls coming in is huge. Maja Parsaric, she comes in at 2:08, which that would rank her in the top 5 in the U.S. for high school girls in the 800. She's going to be mostly a track girl. She's not going to really help us out in cross country, but certainly on the track, obviously. And then with Mateja Parlov, Mateja is having a great summer track season back in Croatia, and ran like 9:50 for 3K, and is a steeplechaser. She's actually their national record holder for under 23 in the steeplechase at 10:43. So, those 4 primarily coming in are really going to help us out right away, and a couple other kids I think are going to help us out in the future, developmental wise. But then, on the track, the recruiting class was great. We got 2 of the top, maybe 40 recruits in the country in the pole vault. 2 girls that are over 12.4 in Allie DeMorris and Kayla Webker. Kayla was All-Ohio here in Ohio in Division III, and Allie was one of the best vaulters in Indiana. And we brought in another vaulter, Alexa Jarrett, who was a state runner-up in Division II here in Ohio. So, we didn't score in the pole vault last year. I think this puts us in a position to score and actually develop a really great group there, with Pride Yost, our vault coach. And like sprint hurdle wise, we got a great class coming in. We got a local recruit, Alexis Williams from Toledo, Notre Dame, and she was all-state in Ohio Division I for the 200, and also 4x2, and a great hurdler out of Melody Ferris, who's one of the best hurdlers in the country out of Lorraine High School. She's like a top 20 performer in the nation in the 100 hurdles and in the 300 hurdles. And then we have an international girl, Elena Sardan, who's coming in from Spain, who's gone 14:24 in the hurdles. So, and then another area that we did score in this year in the javelin, but is the throws. We really want to build up the throws program. And so we were able to bring in 2 of the best throwers in Ohio. We got 2 girls that were both Ohio Division I All-State throwers. Kaisha Neal out of Findlay High School, who's All-State in the shot and the disc. And then Allie Missler from right here in Toledo at Whitmer High School, who's All-State in the discus, and is actually going to be a really, really good javelin thrower, actually, which they don't throw at the high school level here in Ohio, but she throws and very good. And then we got a lot of other kids coming in that I think are really going to help us out. Really add to our relays. We have Sierra Dickerson, who's coming in from San Antonio, Texas, and I think she's going to help out right away. She's going to be a nice surprise for everybody, and a few other kids that I think are really going to put us in a position so that we're the team to beat in indoor and outdoor track. You know, last year was a great year, and outdoor particularly. We scored 90 points from the 1500 and above, and put ourselves in a position to challenge to win. You're not going to always score 90 points, man. That's no one had ever swept a distance event before, and we ended up sweeping 2 of them. And so that's not going to happen all the time. There's a reason why it hadn't happened, and that's because it's hard to do. But I think really stockpiling on the distance, I mean, it's going to be very, very hard for somebody to beat us in cross country, and I think that we legitimately could finish in the top 12 at the NCAA championships in cross country, and some of these newcomers are going to help us out right away. And then on the track, I think, we lost a few points, but we actually gained a lot more points out of this class than we lost last year. So, dude, I can't be any more happy about the recruiting class. I think that it's lit a huge fire under all of our returners, because they know that, like, dude, we're really good, and this is going to add to it. And there's an energy right now that, like, within our program, both in cross country and in distance, cross country and in track, where we really feel like we're at a different level now, and really put the pressure on the rest of the MAC to try and catch up with that. So I think it's going to be good.